Blessed afternoon, collective. How's it going? Happy new moon in Aries Eclipse. What is it? Sun squaring Pluto, I think that's happening. We also have Mercury retrograde into Taurus tomorrow. It's a lot. There's so much energy right now, and it's picking up quickly. Very quickly. So yeah, I have just been sort of chilling, feeling it, flowing in it. Woke up very fuzzy, foggy, strange feeling this morning. Again, feeling strange is not an unusual thing for me, but definitely there's a new texture. It just feels new. It's like a saying that makes me think of a retexturing, like a new texture pack in a video game. There are new assets that have been added. It's an update, and it feels a little different. There's some tweaks to the way things work, to the UI, to the underlying code of everything, as well as some new graphics apparently. And it's feeling different. It's feeling fresh. It's all coming in. There's going to be a lot to explore and unpack, but it's going to unpack itself. There is that feeling actually of just sit back. You don't got to do anything. It's, you don't unpack a file. You click the unzip button and it takes care of itself. In this case, everything is being unzipped. It's coming out. I want to pull on the divine feminine and the divine masculine today and see just what's going on between each of those sides. And for some reason, I was going to do it. I typically use the animals for the feminine. For some reason, I want to use the Rider Waite, and we have the Four of Pentacles at the bottom. And I'm curious what's fueling that. King of Swords, yeah, it's cutting this loose. It's not holding back anymore. It is open flowing communication. There's a lot of clarity here about things that we've allowed to keep us stuck and small, things that we have been afraid of and allowed to rule our lives. That's not happening anymore. Look at that Temperance directly underneath. I haven't looked at anything. Yeah, it's a lot of internal communication, internal dialogue, internal changes, decisions, awareness that we have control by our own perspective over everything in our experience. It is a balancing, and there's a lot of new beginnings. I have a friend at work who I was discussing the energy with today, and she said, does it feel to you like big dick energy? Because that's what it feels like to me. And I said yes. It's charging ahead. It's taking control. It's losing the fear, knowing that there is nothing to fear, that you are the cock of the walk. You own that. Doesn't matter, male or female, own that big dick energy, okay? And it's the good kind. It's not the diminishing others kind. It's just feeling yourself, feeling your own virility, vitality, versatility, all of these things just come into balance. Yeah, nothing being hidden anymore. Not only are we willing to put in the work, we're doing it. We know how. We know it just takes a willingness to pay attention, to allow, to flow, to withhold nothing, to just let things be. That's all it takes. Again, healing is not an extra step. There's no action needed to heal. It's just allowing. It's just ceasing the resistance, ceasing the withholding. It's just letting that feeling flow. And it's letting go of things that have disappointed us in the past. Letting go, understanding how actually they have served us, understanding how to transform this, how to shift this perspective by viewing them not as disappointments, but as lessons, as learning opportunities, as opportunities to gain clarity, building a new foundation within ourselves. Open to working with ourselves in a new way, and predominantly keeping the heart open. Again, realizing that everything is to our benefit. There is a victory to be found in every situation. All it takes is a slight adjustment of perspective that is within your power. That is your power. Always. Oof. Coming to balance. Flowing with this energy. Letting it just take us. Not fighting it. There's no way you're fighting a current in a canoe, right? Or gondola, whatever this would be. You're just going with the flow. If it's choppy, it's choppy. If it's smooth, it's smooth. It's all to your benefit. I would like to pull in the Divine Feminine, current energies. Energy is timeless. Whenever this video finds you is the time that it is meant for you. It should apply. I believe that if you have found it now, it applies now. Whenever now is for you. It's all now. Everything is now. Anyway, pulling on the current energies as they exist here. Give me the energy of the Divine Feminine. What's going on with the Divine Feminine? Especially taking into consideration this new moon energy and Mercury going into retrograde. Gosh, the cards are sticky. Tell me about the Divine Femme. Wow. Okay. You'd think I'd never shuffled before. I caught a glimpse of, I think it was the Nine of Swords at the bottom. That's interesting. That feels to me like energy that's being rectified and or is bleeding over from the masculine side. Okay, we're really shuffling. I got nothing else to say, so. Alright, thank you. Divine Feminine. Big dick energy. I mean, what else do you want? It's big wand energy. It's passion. It's inspiration. It's the confidence to follow that passion as well. What's on top? Follow it towards the Nine of Cups. No fear. No fear in walking away from that which doesn't serve you. Appreciating that it serves you to provide clarity. It serves you in the way that now you know this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. Thank you for showing me, for providing this contrast. That is to my benefit. Now I can confidently walk away and keep moving towards that Nine of Cups, that emotional fulfillment, which is ever within my grasp. I want to know what's fueling the Ace of Wands because I'm curious. King of Swords came back. Yeah, that's a king of action. Again, no fear. There's zero fear here. It is becoming fearless, surrendering fear, understanding that fear exists for us to see through the illusion of it. That is the sole purpose of fear. That is how fear serves us, to realize it doesn't. To realize that fear is never a reason for anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's only there for you to find the strength to move through it. And in that way, it serves you. Beyond that, once you learn that lesson, there's no need for fear anymore. You can release fear. You can surrender fear. You can be this confident, action-taking, discerning King of Swords that makes a decision like that, trusts it, know it's to your benefit. That's it. I like that. I like that very much. Ace of Wands crossing the Eight of Cups. So let's look at the masculine energy. And I did remember, what was at the bottom of this deck, which was why I remembered what was at the bottom of this one, not at the Rider Waite. And it confused me a little bit, why I felt an impulse to switch them. Because it's Queen of Cups. I'll just show you that. I haven't looked underneath it, however. But there was a reason. There's a reason. This is what the masculine side is feeling. It's a rise of empathy. It's a rise of the feminine within the masculine. Again, for the feminine side, she's experiencing a rise of the masculine energy. And it's not to a disparate proportion. It's equivalent. They're rising into balance with one another. that is trying to take place on the masculine side is too. What's fueling this Queen of Cups? The moon, yeah. Surfacing, coming up from the shadows. This is also frightening. It is frightening for the masculine energy, which is unaccustomed to feeling so much, to feel this much. This is why the divine feminine is kind of set up with the advantage. She understands how to lean into emotion. Her entire goal, her lesson, is to develop the self-worth, is to raise ego actually enough to support herself, to understand she's good on her own. She doesn't need anything else. She is self-sustaining. She trusts herself inherently, intrinsically. She knows her worth, her value, all of these things. The masculine side is to learn how to let go, actually, how to trust that feeling some more, how to discover that worth has nothing to do with external validation or circumstances. It has to do entirely with your own self-awareness, knowledge of self, feelings of self, and trusting that that's where the satisfaction actually lies. It's scary for the masculine to be feeling this much. What's under the moon? There's that Five of Cups. Their Five of Cups is different. There is a learning. It's all about learning the shift in perspective. That's how we're stepping to the roles of divine deliberate creators. Our deliberate creation is done through the refinement of our focus, the understanding of how one shifts the perspective internally to perceive everything differently, and so experience a different reality in just a split second. Nothing needed to apparently shift on the surface, and yet everything is changed within, and as within, so without. The masculine, let's see what's fueling that. Yeah, it's confusing. This is overwhelming. There is kind of this overwhelming sense of, I really got it all backwards. I really thought the cups didn't matter, or I thought I had the cups. I thought this external validation thing was the way to go, and it's not. I'm realizing it's really just kept me guarded, because I put all of my power to feel good in the hands of other people. I put all my power to feel bad in the hands of other people as well, and I felt pretty bad, and realizing that feels bad also, that I gave my power away. But in realizing this, there is the chance to change. There's the chance now to claim my power back, take it back from myself, to take ownership, responsibility for my own emotion. I'm understanding there is a depth of emotion that I had hitherto been unaware of, unfamiliar with, didn't know it even existed. The fact that it exists is simultaneously exciting and scary, and it's pretty overwhelming. There's the King of Waite. It wouldn't be the divine masculine day. This is why this is the divine masculine side today. I didn't know what was here, but there they are. And I'm grateful I trusted my intuition in that. Yeah, it's understanding they're gonna have to get real. They're gonna have to get vulnerable. They're gonna have to feel, even if it's overwhelming, even if it's scary. That's where the lesson is, to lean into the fear, to trust it. Beautiful sun light codes coming through behind. To just, to make the move anyway. To not just sit forever with the intention of something and never doing it. That's not satisfying. That sucks. You're not making the move because you're afraid of the outcome. That's not what it's about. It's not about the outcome. It's about following your own energy. And it is time for a brave, impulsive action. There's that Five of Wands, that resistance. Still a resistance to it, but it's a bunch of nonsense. It's being revealed more and more clearly why the way that the masculine has been living is not the way to live. And it's not the way to live because it doesn't feel good, because it sucks. Because it's diminishing. It's a diminished form of existence, giving your power away to other people and trying to enact that power over them. That's not how we do this. That's not how we are. Divine deliberate creators. We're growing out of that. That's old paradigm. That's kindergarten. All right, we're long done with that. What's underneath? Yeah, it's time for this to change. The Wheel of Fortune turns everything, changes everything. It's time for a new way of living that is based on intuition, on trust, on empathy, on the knowledge that the universe is fundamentally a safe and supportive place, that the good feeling and your power to feel good lies in simply expressing, flowing your own emotions, speaking your truths, following your own energy with zero regard for the outcome. Doesn't matter. It's about expressing that love, letting it all out, leaning into the fear. What's on top? Hanged Man. There is a new perspective that is being granted, especially under this energy, especially with Mercury retrograde in Taurus. It is pulling us back. It's sort of a suspended animation where everything has been moving quickly. We're granted just this moment of stillness. It's an eddy in a very fast moving river, where now we get to look at all of this and see, and it's sinking in. There is a new perspective happening for the masculine on all of this energy. Tell me about the divine masculine right now. What is going on? Tell me about this DM energy. Yeah, for the feminine, it's the rise of the masculine internally, in balance with herself, which is why it comes across as that big wand energy. For the masculine, it is the rise of the feminine. It is an acceptance. It's a new level of feeling. Mars in Cancer has a significant effect on this, I feel, as well. Cancer being a feminine, very feminine energy. Water, cardinal water, the ruler of water. Mars, of course, being masculine and very dominating, but it's learning to get in touch with its own emotions, essentially. And next month we have Venus moving into Cancer, I believe, as well, and Mars doing something else that I can't remember, but I think I just saw the tower peek out. And yeah, it's dramatic. There are some truths, some piercing truths. There is a great amount of clarity and a desire to communicate that's here too. The energy feels a lot faster to the masculine side. They don't have as much experience with and comprehension of how to slow things down in your own perception. But that, again, is being granted right now by this precise mixture of surrounding energies. It's kind of a tornado. It's a clashing of currents that creates this gentle swirl, this eddy, where we're able to kind of look at things differently, and they keep coming back around in a way that we can see them again and again and again. What's on top? The moon. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, and it's all coming up. It's undeniable. It's being put in front of their face. These things that have been they've tried to hold back, to hold down because of a fear of looking at them. It's not working anymore. They got to look at them. There's a new bravery too. There is bravery increasing. That's true for everybody. A new willingness, that new perspective, again, that understanding that we grow from this. We grow from looking at these things. What's fueling the Knight of Wands here? Oh, yeah. I felt that. There's no denying this. These are some hard truths. They are painful truths, mostly about how we have hurt ourselves on the masculine side. How inaction, how failure to communicate, failure to be vulnerable because we had been guided by fear, because we let that fear of judgment or whatever, because masculine is very focused on external validation, doesn't want to be judged, the fragile ego, which is unstable without the feminine, which knows her self-worth. It's all coming up, and it hurts. It hurts to look at. It hurts to realize how much we've held ourselves back from because of this fear. Again, it's the I never tried. I'm realizing now that not trying is what really sucks. Not expressing my emotion and my truths. Again, it's the things left unsaid. It's the things we didn't even try to do because we were afraid that hurt us in the end, that create this energy. And we're seeing that now big time on the masculine side, that yeah, it's not about the result. It's not about how somebody receives you. It's about you. It's about you flowing with yourself, doing what feels good to you. Whew. All right, well, let's keep going with the feminine energy. Feminine energy. What's going on? Let's pull this out further. Okay. Before I did anything, hardly. Death jumped out of the deck. Yeah, there's powerful transformation. No fucks given. I really get that, especially with the Hermit at the bottom. Now I barely shuffled, but this is what it is. The Hermit's crossing whatever's underneath death. But yeah, no fear. It's that confidently walking away from those 8 broken cups. There's a transformation taking place in that process. Realizing you are always in control. Always in control of your own happiness. And as long as you are pursuing it, you feel good. You are good. That's it. Nothing else needed. Yeah, just bravery. Unwilling to settle for anything less. I just get the ease. It's getting easier and easier to walk away, to spot things that aren't at the same level, on the soul level, on the level, so to speak, and to not even judge them harshly, to not be upset by them, to just simply witness and go, yeah, that ain't it. And thank you again for this experience. Now I have more clarity about going towards that which is it. It all is to my benefit. If it's not it, it helps me to know, it serves me to know that's not it. And I know that immediately. It's just becoming abundantly clear. And so it's easy to walk away. Again, I want what wants me. I don't want what doesn't want me. Why would I want something that doesn't want me? I'm not here to convince anybody. I don't need to do a sales pitch on myself. I'm good. I am good. And I trust that if it doesn't work out, it's not for my highest good. So thank you. I will now walk away and continue towards that which is for my highest good, trusting that everything is. What's right with the Hermit here? Yeah, exactly that. Knight of Wands, fearless, bold energy from the soul, pursuing passions unapologetically, fearlessly, just taking the plunge. This is Fool energy at another level, with death there especially. It's just absolutely, again, fear serves us to see through the illusion of it, and now it's done. Now we have no more need for fear. Now we charge ahead knowing that everything is to our benefit, no matter what. What's wrong with death? Yeah, it's all lining up. There's a lot of internal epiphany, awareness, new observation of the divine timing of everything, a new trusting of the timing of one's life. Realizing that fruits that you thought you wanted to harvest, you don't even want anymore. We planted those seeds and then realized that wasn't it. But now we know. Now we have a different perspective. We have a new perspective on this. We can just leave those behind. Again, you don't have to unclog the old pipes. You can just lay new pipes. That's what we're doing. We're just walking away from the things that don't serve us anymore, which include fear and any form of self-limiting belief. And we are following the soul because it feels good, and that's all we need. That's all we need. Wholly self-sustained, totally good. I'm curious what's under the Hermit. No more of this. Yeah, leaving this behind. Seeing through the illusion. Seeing through the illusion. This person's all stressed out because they got all these swords hanging over them. They're not going anywhere. They're bolted to the wall, right? There's no danger here. They're just decorative. They're not even sharp. There's just nothing to be stressed about. We're leaving all that behind. We're letting that all go because we have the new perspective on it. We know that trusting the soul, following and flowing with intuition, with feeling, with truth, that's all we need. We're self-satisfied. We go on that journey and we're happy we went on it, and that's it. That's it. Then it's happily ever after. The end. Holy Moses. That's transformative. All right, what's going on for the masculine under this energy? Maybe I'll actually get to shuffle here, at least a little bit. Pull this out. It's a powerful transformation and a raising of vibration. It is a shifting of perspective on the feminine side. These things are happening too for the masculine. Their perspective is shifting. It's just a different process. It's a different experience. There are different epiphanies taking place. But it's all shifting for everybody under this energy. Oh, I just got ringing in both of my ears all of a sudden. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's that. Sad horse comes back. It's more about the ways that they've disappointed themselves. I want to know what's fueling that. They've been given to the wrong things. Yeah, it is a realization on this side that they've been disappointing themselves. They've been given to the wrong things. I don't know what else to say. And that is really, it's just really disappointing. Having let fear rule them, having gotten love backwards. They got love upside down. They thought it was based on pentacles. They thought that was how it was supposed to work, and they're realizing that's not it. That's not it at all. That they've been given their power away to other people. Other people who haven't even been, reciprocating in an equal way, but they're also realizing that that's been allowed to rule them. Their fixation on something not being equal give and take has prevented them from claiming their own power, again giving away their power to feel both good and bad to someone else. It sucks. This is uncomfortable. I mean, I'm not sure how else to put it. What's coming off of the moon? Yeah. There's a lot of layers to this. King of Pentacles, again, realizing they put the pentacle first. They thought it was about the pentacle. They thought that was everything. It's been the security blanket. It's been the thing that, well, because it was stable, because it was long-lasting, because it looked good on paper, because other people approved of it, that was a source of good feeling, that external validation. But it's not really satisfying, and they're realizing there is no power. There's no power in this. It's holding them back, actually. In another level of energy, there's the feminine and masculine trying to balance, realizing that emotion, all of this pentacle stuff, pentacles don't hold water. They're not emotionally fulfilling. They can't sustain your soul. And then at another additional level, it's the awareness that these connections have sparked all of this revelation. That meeting the feminine, experiencing that connection, has been a catalyst for all of this change this whole time. That ever since that happened, it was all, nothing was the same. Nothing was the same. Didn't matter if they didn't say 2 words to you. If you just made eye contact and had some kind of soul recognition, everything changed at that moment, and it was always going to change. They've been fighting the current. There's a little bit of resentment here that's been coming out. But it's because of that fear. Again, yeah, what's crossed by the 5 of Cups? 2 of Swords, yeah. That... it is the energy of April. It's the energy of having to make a decision. There is some resentment around having to make this decision, but it just becomes more and more obvious. One of these swords only leads to more of this. It's only more disappointment. It's only more heartache. It's just not a good, it's a shitty sword. It's rusted, it's bent, it's chipped, there's nothing you can do with it. Just because it was the family heirloom and, you know, mommy and daddy, it's some kind of prized possession, holds status in the family or the community or whatever. It doesn't mean anything. It's not benefiting anybody. It doesn't feel good. And ultimately, it's a chain. It's a ball and chain. It's just holding them back. They know. They're very aware, especially under, we got the card of the eclipse. There's a couple where this shows up, 2 or 3, but specifically this one, being the card of April. Yeah, it's, they know. The path is becoming more and more clear. And it's 2 disappointments, really. One of these swords is really disappointing, and they know it's disappointing, and they're a little disappointed with themselves for having held on to it. But on the other hand, they're also kind of disappointed that they have to take this other sword, that they're realizing they have to let go of the security blanket and actually be vulnerable and feel. It's silly. What's right with the King of Pentacles? Yeah, that's the only way out. There's only one good option. There is only one form of liberation here. And it's not the Pentacles. This is kind of frustrating energy, I'm not gonna lie. It is this obsession with status, with external validation, but I have all this stuff. Why is the stuff not making me happy? I thought all the stuff would make me happy, but it's not, and I'm realizing that. I'm realizing it's actually just holding me back, and my real freedom would be to let go of the stuff and be vulnerable and follow my heart, follow what is emotionally satisfying and fulfilling, which might mean I lose some of this stuff. And so there's a little bit of that resentment of like, I gotta lose some stuff. Oh, I could lose status. People might not like me. I might lose my VIP parking space, that kind of thing. But that's the way out. That is the true liberation. That's where it's found. This is the lesson for the masculine, that they've been given to the wrong things. They put so much power into the Pinnacle that it's gained power over them. They're not happy. They're not emotionally fulfilled. They know the way out is to let go of that Pinnacle. And it's just disappointing all around. It's just generally disappointing. I want to pull... What do I want to pull on? I'm going to take one more off the top. Yeah, I knew that was coming back. There's only one way out of this. Look at this. 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords. According to Steve's Left Tarot, I'm not making this up, I don't know, but the guy's been studying the Soulmate Cycle for a long time. Decades. And according to Steve, these are the 2 cards that signal the end of the Soulmate Cycle. There's only 2. It's these 2. We got both of them on the masculine side. This is the kind of energy that you have to liberate yourself from. It's excruciating. This is no way to live. This is desperation. This is actual desperation. This is, I will gnaw my own foot off to get out of this because I have to. This can't sustain. They gotta get out of this. They know they do. There is a little bit of that resentment for it, but again, there's only one option. There's only one good option. They cannot push this down anymore. It's become excruciatingly, abundantly clear. Holy Moses. I kind of want to actually clarify it. Feminine's good. Feminine is sitting pretty, chilling, just sitting in an inner tube with a fancy little umbrella drink. We're swirling around. Yeah, might bump into something here or there, but there's no concern. It's just flowing with this energy. Everything is to your benefit. You trust it. You know your worth. You know your value. You are a divine, deliberate creator, and you're not settling for anything less because you don't have to. That's how it goes. You're happy now. You're good now. You're self-contained, self-satisfied, flowing and blowing in your own energy, filling your own cup, pouring that love for yourself. It's good. Masculine side, not so good. Not so happy, not so stable. There's a lot of pain over here. I want to clarify just a couple of things a little bit. I'm going to take this Three of Swords back. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. This is just, why is it here? Tell me about the King of Pentacles. It's all pushing towards liberation. And the choice is clear. Again, the liberation is found in the vulnerability, in releasing attachment over an outcome, surrendering that control, stopping trying to manipulate, realizing that following your own good feeling is how you sustain that good feeling in yourself. And it doesn't matter what some external result of it is. It's just flowing it. Admitting truths to the self, speaking those truths, sharing them openly, again, unafraid of any judgment. Doesn't matter what other people say or think. They're not your God. You are your God. You are the container of the I am presence that you perceive as I am within yourself. That's it. No other gods before me, myself, and I. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. Oh, yep. Okay. Hold on. All right. I couldn't even put the cards back together. King of Swords. Yeah. They got to cut the pentacle loose. They know it. They know it. This has got to end. They know this behavior, this carpet sweeping, the superficiality, the concern with external validation, they know that's the crux of all of this. They got to cut that out. It's time for that to end. Five of Cups comes back again. They know it's all within their own power. They have complete control over this. They are the ones to change this, and it's abundantly clear what the course of action is. Stop it. That's it. Stop hiding and open up. Express vulnerably. Release the outcome. It doesn't matter what anybody says. You do it for yourself. You flow your own energy. That's how you bring your own energy into balance. That feels good, and it's all that matters. And they know that at a deep level. Look at I can't make this shit up. It came back with the Five of Cups. The deck just split. I couldn't put it back together because those two cards are driving all of this, and they can't get rid of it. They know there's only one way. This is not going to stop unless they cut out their own bullshit, their own lying to the self and letting fear control their lives. That's not satisfying. That is not a way to live. Tell me about this Two of Swords. I'm just going to clarify a little bit more on all of them. This is the crossroads where they're at, and they know which way to go. They know it involves emotionally expressing. But what is this Two of Swords about? Tell me about this Two of Swords. Oh my gosh. Again, you would think I have never shuffled before. Oh, wow. It's a little bit of that 2-5 of Cups energy, actually, which I felt already. It's disappointing not to do this. It's disappointing to do this. Because it involves admitting that they got it all wrong, that they were given to an illusion, they were given to the wrong thing. But they know, again, there's only one way out. It's on top. They're fighting it, but they know. It's like they're being dragged, kicking and screaming, because they're being forced to look at this. Again, forced to look at their own behavior. They don't like it. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? They know it's got to stop. 10 Swords comes back. It's the same message. I wanted to see if there was anything different. It's a good thing that there isn't. It's validation, it's confirmation for me that I am feeling this, reading this in an accurate sense. Energy doesn't change dramatically between layers. They know this, and it reinforces the awareness on the masculine side of exactly what they need to do. Again, they know they got to cut out the crap. They got to stop hiding, stop forcing the feelings away. It's time to let the feelings come up. That is the only way to liberate themselves from excruciating pain and heartache. They know that they've been prolonging it for themselves by dragging their feet. It is, again, that kid who has to give a presentation, and he knows if he just gave the presentation, if he just got it over with, if he surrendered the outcome, doesn't matter if I stumble over my words, if I forget something, even if I get a bad grade, you know what, it doesn't matter. I just got to get this out. I'm creating more resistance and suffering and discomfort for myself by sitting in this and prolonging this. If I actually make the choice to step up there and do it, that feels good. And then I can focus on that good feeling, and I'm free. I'm free from everything else. It doesn't matter. They're aware that's how this works. And so it makes them even more kind of annoyed at themselves that they've put this off for so long. But they know what they want. They know what feels good. Not just where the liberation is, but where the good feeling is. Coming in from the cold. They know they left themselves out. They left their feelings out. They left their soul out of the equation. And it hurts. It hurts. They know this is all self-inflicted, and they want to come in, and they know they have the choice. There is always a choice. This is always, in the traditional tarot, it's people walking in the cold. There's always a door on either side of that card. They always have the choice to just stop and go inside. There's nothing stopping them. None of those doors are locked. They're afraid. What keeps them out is the fear that if they go in, they're going to be judged for their appearance. Oh, poor beggars, whatever. So they stay out in the cold because of pride. And it sucks. It sucks. They're tired of this. They know they have the choice. They know they've had the choice all along, that they could have come in at any time. That creates more pain. That creates more disappointment and resentment. And it swirls. Again, it's all swirling. But they know at any time, and they know they're going to have to, because they must liberate themselves from that excruciating 5 Cups, 3 of Swords energy. That's like beyond the point of free will. I mean, that is, I don't even know how to put it. That's just trying to hold in a scream when your arm's being cut off. You gotta let it out. They know they gotta come in. It's too cold. Come on, you can't make this stuff up. They gotta let this is painful. I was gonna say, and I didn't, and maybe I should have. It doesn't matter. It's like trying to hold in piss, and you haven't gone to the bathroom for a day, and you have all of this water flowing in you, all of this emotion, it's flowing, and it's just become excruciating not to. At a certain point, you just let it go. You got it, and it doesn't matter if there's anybody around, if you make it to a bathroom, this has got to come out because it's become excruciating. It's overflowing. It's already trickling out. You just let it go. Just let it go, man. It's okay. You know, let nature take its course. This has to flow. They've been repressing it for so long. So long. Yeah, and they can't anymore. Doesn't matter how afraid they are. They know there's liberation, there's empowerment found in this. It is coming towards the soulmate connection. It is mostly flowing those emotions. It's no longer rebuilding that wall around the heart chakra. The universe keeps ripping it down. The soulmate connections keep ripping it down, and they keep trying to put it back up. And that's what's causing all of this excruciating pain. They keep trying to stuff down the emotions, to keep them from flowing. It's not working. They gotta let this out. Yeah, they gotta drop the guard. Come on, Queen of Wands. They know this is the behavior to cut out. It's exhausting. Again, the boundary is the burden. Trying to keep up this wall just sucks. It sucks. It's not a way to live. It's excruciating. Ugh. And it's time. Look at that. We made it back to this. There was a reason. I didn't know what it was, but there was a reason I needed to keep going through the bottom of this deck. We made it back to the Seven of Pentacles. They know it's time. They are gaining a new perspective too. It's a different perspective on different things, but the energy is aligning on both sides because it's time for that wall to come down. It's time to just let it go, man. Go with the flow of your own energy. Tits to the wind. Who gives a shit? Just say how you feel. Get it off your chest. You feel better for that. And then it doesn't matter. It literally, you realize in that moment of self-expression, free self-expression, saying, doing the things that you were so afraid of, you liberate yourself from that fear. You realize your own power. You feel good. And you realize that the outcome never mattered. It was only ever about you speaking your truths. That's a big change. That's how you grow your energy. This is a big lesson that everybody is learning in their own way. The feminine has learned a lot of this already, and now she is leaning into it. She's going with the flow and finding greater empowerment and strength and sense of self in that, further owning her self-worth, practicing walking away from that which doesn't serve her, and doing so confidently, building that confidence again. That was a lot. That's all I got. I just looked up and it's 47:47 on the clock. So that's it. That's all I got. Big lessons, big shifts, big transformation happening for everybody. Absolutely everybody. Energy is timeless. This is all in the atmosphere right now, but everybody is on a different portion of their time cycle, so it'll hit everyone in a different way at a different time. But if you are viewing this video now, it is happening for you now. I say that confidently. Yeah, and this energy, furthermore, is going to stick for some time. In fact, it's not ever really going away. Again, that's a fairly bold statement. It's going to change, it's going to shift, but it's different versions, different realignments of the same kind of thing. Yeah, the universe has given it to us in as many different ways as possible, but it's the same message. It's all creating the same encouraging push upwards. It's part of this grander swelling in the larger vortex of all creation that is uprising. It is lifting up. It is the rise of the feminine within all. It is the balancing of the masculine and the feminine within all. And it's good feeling. Balanced energy feels good. The universe is trying to balance energy. You know what that means? Everybody feeling good. And yeah, it's time to just lean into it. Lean into good feeling. That is your power at any given moment. That's all I have. This resonated with me. This feels good for me. This is my own self-expression, my way of flowing with my own energy, balancing my own energy, doing it for the simple sake of my own self expressing and being as I am with no questioning of it. And I do intend that this resonates for you. I would love to know. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, whatever you feel good about. In fact, if those things don't feel good, then don't do them. I encourage that also. Just follow the flow of your own good feeling. Trust this, trust the energy. Relax, take a deep breath. Let it guide you. Let yourself be guided. There is no way you can get it wrong. That is promised. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic, magical, blissful evening, my beautiful collective. And please know that always, always, in every vector of this time-space thing we call reality, I love you.